So what's good, homies? It's your man, Dr. BOA. You know, we talk a lot about chivalry, what women do. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. There's a history of chivalry and what it means and what it was based on and why it was so relevant at the time. But I'm going to be honest with you, man. Chivalry is dead. And it should be dead. And woe unto any man who tries to bring it back, because it has no place in today's society. It is something that women demand, but they don't deserve. Let's take a deep dive on this one. But first, let's elevate to a higher plane. Prepare for takeoff. Now, someone sent me a video on IG, man, of this guy. And he was on this show, 8 at the Table. I'll leave the link to the video in the first comment. But what y'all have to understand is this. This guy is really just saying what the truth is. Chivalry was based on a time where women were maidens and women were nice and women were wholesome and virginity was respected and women were not out here in the world living whatever life they want to live and going from man to man and doing all these different things. There was a time where women carried themselves in a way where a man felt like he needed to do those things because women didn't mind embracing the sensitivity of womanhood. Now, these days, women don't embrace the sensitivity of femininity. They do all this talk about how strong they are. They do all this talk about how powerful they are. And then want you to turn around and treat them like a little fairy tale princess. See, here's the problem in today's society. Women want to be treated one way, but behave another way. They don't want their behavior to determine their treatment. And the biggest issue is that a bunch of beta male manginas out here are going along with this and treating women how they want to be treated as opposed to how they deserve to be treated. Giving women what they demand as opposed to what they earn and deserve. Let's take a look at this video, man. We'll come back and chop it up on a real tip.
I am not opening your door. You're getting 4 letters, H-E-R-E. That means I'm here. That means come outside. And that means when we go, like whatever our plans are, we're going to go do what our plans were set to do. I'm not getting out of the car to open your door or to meet you at the door or to ring your doorbell when you could just walk downstairs. Honestly, I know a lot of people don't want to hear this, but I personally believe, and this is just my personal perception on me and my friends and all the females that we have dealt with collectively, chivalry is almost dead.
Now, what you see here is a guy simply saying, okay, I know the environment I live in. These women are not worth that type of time investment. Because here's the thing. If a woman has a roster of men, what woman deserves to be wined and dined and shown chivalry by a roster of men? It's different if a woman has a husband. It's different as a woman presents herself as a wife or even a possible wife. These women don't even want to be wives. These women don't want to be anything that has anything to do with that. They want to be free to do whatever they want to do and still reap the benefits of a woman who is loyal to that one man. She want to have 5 men and have all of those men treat her like she's loyal to them. The problem is she's not loyal to anyone but herself. Now, in this image we're looking at right now, this is the first comment that came down. And I want y'all to look at this comment. Look at what this woman says. She first, of course, you get the attack. You get the, well, your headband is the one that's dead. Okay, so you get the attack on your physicality. They're either going to attack your physicality, your sexuality, or your morality. One of those things is going to be under attack. And here she attacks his physicality. Then she says, chivalry is alive and well. Just ask my 15-year-old son. I don't have to touch a door. Yes, because you are raising your 15-year-old son to be a son husband. Your 15-year-old son is treating you the way you can't get treated by a man. And here's the thing. That woman would say she don't need no man. Why she don't need no man? Because she's raising her son to be her man. He's doing all of the things that a man would do outside of the bedroom. And in the bedroom, man, hey, let's remember the novelty toy industry is $1 billion industry. And 85% of those products are bought by women. So let's be realistic. They've got it all mapped out until they hit that wall. Then it's not mapped out anymore. Until that son is grown and gone, then it's not mapped out anymore. That's why you have these situations where, man, a girl will be dealing with a young guy, man, and his mom will be all involved in a relationship. Why is that? Because his mom wants to be his woman, but she can't be his woman, but she don't want his woman to take away all the benefits of having him as her son husband. The older he gets, the more of a son husband he can be. He can start taking on some of the financial responsibility as well. That's why the whole thing, I'm gonna buy my mama a house thing come from. It comes from being raised as a son husband. Now, the real travesty about this all is that women don't look at anything and say, okay, well, maybe we should adjust our behavior if we want that treatment. They never look at their behavior. They always say, well, it's men. We want this. Men should give it to us. If you're the type of man that won't give me what I want, then something's wrong with you. Nothing's wrong with me. I don't have to change. I'm a woman. Everything about me is perfect and great. So you as a man need to figure out a way to adjust to who I am and acquiesce to my demands, because if you don't, then we're going to have a problem and I'm not going to deal with you. I want to go to another man on my roster who is willing to be the beta male semi-genital provider that I need him to be and show me some chivalry. And what this guy is simply saying that I'm not finna do that. And you know what? I agree with him 100%. If we're dating, I'm not going to give you that. That's for my woman. And that's where the work comes in. See, to get that from me, you got to put in work. You got to put in type of work that lets me know and makes me believe that you are loyal and dedicated to the process of my progress. You got to make me believe that you're going to hold me down. You got to make me believe that you're going to put in the type of work necessary to make me believe that you deserve to be in the kingdom that I have built. Not that we built together, that I have built. And the modern woman doesn't want to do that. The modern woman wants to be treated like a princess, but she wants to be out in the streets running around like a peasant. The modern woman wants to go from man to man to man. And she wants all of those men to view her like she ain't been with no man but them. A woman will come to you and be with 20 men and be like, well, that's my past. I'm a new version of myself now. That life was different. That person was different. I'm somebody new right now. But as a man, everything you've done in your past is going to track with you. You know why? Because in the real world, there are consequences and repercussions for your decisions. Now, I know some beta male semi-Johnny going to come in here and say, well, you don't know nothing. That's why I listen to Mr. Steve Harvey, and that's why I listen to Mr. Derek Jackson, WBOA, because you don't know nothing, WBOA. Every time you come in here talking, you talk what a woman don't deserve, WBOA. The woman deserves everything. The woman is the crown jewel and the crown of the man who is a real king, WBOA. You know what a real king is? A real king get off the throne and let the woman sit on the throne, WBOA, and he go around the house and clean up and do all the other things he want to do, WBOA, because this is the new millennium. Men have run it for a while, WBOA, and now it's time for women to run the world. I'm talking about it's time for women to run the world, WBOA. So you got to go somewhere with that, WBOA, because me and the other real men in the world are ready to bow down to the queens of the world. And who are the queens of the world? All the women everywhere. Unsubscribe. Okay, unsubscribe, sucker. But before you go, let me tell you this. See, when you talk about a guy like Steve Harvey, man, he teaches his daughters that they should be treated a certain way. All this chivalry, wine and dine, if you can't come to the door. That's why he didn't like none of Laura Harvey's boyfriends before Michael B. Jordan, because none of those guys were doing that. Now, no matter what her track history is, no matter how wildly she's dated, no matter how many men she's been involved with, he still believes she should be treated that way. Because here's the problem. He himself has ignored a woman's past. And if you want to do that, that's fine. But that makes you the opposite of an expert on how a man should treat a woman. Because unless you're getting full dedication and full sense of obligation from the woman you with, man, to do everything you want her to do, everything you need her to do, everything you tell her to do, then you ain't got yourself nothing but a whole lot of lip service. Trying to convince men that no matter what history has transformed the world into, no matter what women have embraced as their new mindset and ideology, that you should still treat women like they've been treated in the past. Rapper The Game just came out and said some of the same things. It don't matter. My woman can make all the money in the world, but I'm going to pay for everything still. Why? Because these old school guys are dealing with new school women, and they are the simps that are turning the world upside down and allowing women to take control of things. If a woman can live whatever life she want to live and still get the benefits of a woman who has lived a great life, has lived a positive life, has lived a life out of the limelight, and done the things necessary to make herself presentable as a wife, then why would that other woman even try to be that if she can get the same benefits of it? You guys are meeting women who don't deserve a lifestyle and affording them that lifestyle. You guys are not making women earn anything out here. A woman can do what she wants to do and be who she wants to be, and at the end of it all, she can still find a man who's going to be the perfect little simp for her. And it's a travesty, man. It's a real travesty. And I'm going to be honest with you. It's not going to change. These guys are going to keep simping, bowing down to these women. And guys like me and the homie in this video and the rest of the men of the alpha sphere are going to be forced to carry the torch of applying the ism to the square world. And the bottom line is, if she didn't earn it, she better return it. And that's real talk. Y'all comment down below and let me know what you think about this topic, man. I look forward to hearing what you men have to say. I'm out.